Okay. Hello. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Um, it's wonderful to be here with you all again. I think that many of us have met before in previous webinars, but my name is Ann Griesel and I'm the project manager for the CALS and LAS web team, who works very closely with extension and outreach. So we work with, a lot of you know Christy Elmore and Josh Tenney have both been on these presentations before. Today, it's my turn, so I'll be presenting today. We plan to go ahead and give these webinars again. We did this last year from our homes when we were working from home. And we're going to go ahead and continue again with these webinars starting this fall. This is the first one where we're back together doing these webinars. So it's wonderful to see you. We're going to talk today about fixing broken links and specifically within Siteimprove. So I'm going to go ahead and give a short presentation and give you some information on what's happening today. And if you have questions, please go ahead and leave them in the chat. We have folks who can help answer those. So while I'm speaking, that's fine. If you have questions, I might even catch a few of them during the presentation. At the end, we will have time for Q&A. So our agenda today, we're going to go over some definitions and resources for you, types of broken links, and we're going to do a very brief intro to how to get logged in to Siteimprove. Some of you have been in already. Some of you are very new to this and haven't been in quite yet. So that's, I wanted to just give a brief overview of that. We'll discuss dashboards within Siteimprove. So you have some special dashboards that we've created for you. And we'll have a demo so you can see exactly how to fix your broken links. And we'll have time for a Q&A. The goal is to keep this within 20 minutes. So I know that everyone is super busy. So with 16 minutes remaining, I'm going to continue to the next slide. Watch the chat for a couple of links. I wanted to bring these up right away so that you can go ahead and browse to those while we're talking. If you go to digital access, you can click on the Siteimprove tab, and that will bring you to some more detailed information on how to log into Siteimprove and get access. Also, if you would like to watch this recording later again, or if you know of someone who missed today and would like to see this recording, you can find it at cals.las.iastate.edu/webinars. And I've also uploaded this presentation already to the homepage there. So if you would like to download this presentation and follow along with me, you certainly can do that. So what is Siteimprove? So this is my unofficial definition. Basically, it's a checker. So it's another checker similar to your website analytics. Some of you are familiar with Matomo or Google Analytics, and you can see how many people have visited your page and your website, where they're coming from, which is very helpful, especially when you're trying to edit so that you can figure out which pages are getting the most visits to work on first. Siteimprove is going to check for accessibility items. So at Iowa State, we are required to follow the WCAG-AA standards for digital creation. So again, this is something that is extremely important. These standards are essentially legal, and I think all of you know this already. So I don't have to spend a lot of time on it. But what we haven't had until now is a way to check for things like missing alt text and broken links, like we're going to go over today. In addition to those things, Siteimprove is going to be able to tell you such things as misspelled words. And if you happen to want to find a certain name on your website because somebody was the contact and now they're no longer the contact, we can run a policy through Siteimprove to give you a list of all the pages where that person's name exists. So there's lots of depth to Siteimprove, and please reach out to us if you have questions about anything in regards to, finding information on your site. So what is a broken link? Most of us know the basics about what a broken link is. And broken links are common, right? Like, I mean, it shouldn't be common, but sometimes you click on a spot on a page or a button and you end up getting nowhere. That essentially is a dead link. And what it means is that there's a few things happening. So it could be that a particular web page is down. Essentially, it means that the server is not able to show that web page for you. So there's various types of reasons that this would happen. Essentially, if you're linking to a page that no longer exists, so perhaps you were linking to somewhere that's not an Iowa State website. Maybe you were linking to somewhere outside of Iowa State, and it was a wonderful story that you found that maybe you were a collaborator on, or maybe one of the extension and outreach folks were assisting with. And that other website decided that they were going to remove that story and not have that story up anymore. That would be a reason that the URL would break. If it no longer exists, if it has changed URL paths, so maybe they decided to update their website, and so now the link that you had doesn't work. Maybe that the page that you're linking to is behind some kind of login. So we're going to go over that briefly here and walk through what some of the specific error codes are and how they line up to this rationale or these reasons. The first would be a 404. So when you get into Siteimprove, you're going to see next to your links some numbers, and usually, it's confusing because you're like, okay, I might know what a 404 is. It's not available. Basically, that's the most common. It essentially means your page is not here. So where you were trying to link doesn't exist. It's not here. I can't find it. And that's the server's way of saying, it's a 404. A 403 essentially means that the server may have the page, but they're refusing to give it to you. And that might be because it's behind a login. So for example, if you have, some folks have intranets. And so if you happen to link inside of an intranet, like link a page when you're already logged into it, and then you provide it to people, if they don't have access to log into the intranet, then they're not going to be able to see that page. So that would be anything behind a login. 301. So 301 is sort of a toss-up because it's just neutral ground. It's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily good. It's just is what it is. What it means is that a website has been permanently redirected to another one. So maybe the page has been updated or changed. So this happens often, and we actually create redirects when we stand up new websites. So that people are able to still access the same information if they bookmark the old link. And so we do that as a courtesy to site visitors. This also happens if you might have, let's say, 2 web pages and they're pretty small, there's similar content on them, and you decide that you want to merge them into one. So when you do that, the one that you decided to merge in, we're going to redirect automatically to the new page. And so that would pose a 301 error. So that's cool, but how do I find mine and how do I get into Siteimprove and all of that? So this is where we're going to spend the most of our time here for the next half of this talk. If you haven't logged into Siteimprove before, this is what you want to do. You need to go to login.iastate.edu, and you're going to want to click on Siteimprove. It's a little tile. They're called tiles in there. If you don't have a tile that says Siteimprove, and it should be the centered Siteimprove, and when you go to digital access, the digital access link, you'll see the difference because there's two tiles for Siteimprove. You want to make sure to use the centered one. And if you don't have that, just click on the add apps and search for Siteimprove and find the one that looks like this. Once you get into Siteimprove, you're going to have a dashboard. Several dashboards are available to you. The most, I think for this audience, the two that are going to be of most importance are the CALS LAS website editor dashboard and the extension content editor dashboard. So I wanted to show that once you get into Siteimprove, this screen will look familiar to you, and you can actually click on the title of whatever dashboard you land on, and you can select the proper one for you. If you scroll down on that dashboard, you're going to find something that looks like this in Siteimprove. It will show you essentially your broken links, misspellings. It might be a little bit different depending on the dashboard, but very similar. Christy and I keep them very similar. There's broken links, which what we're going to cover today. So you can see that you have a certain number of broken links, and then listed below those links will show up. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to stop share on this screen, and I'm going to start share on a new screen. All right. Just give me a moment so I can find the right one. Okay. So you should see in front of you now that Okta login area, and I just updated something. So you can select Siteimprove, and when you do that, you'll be prompted to log in using Okta. And once you log in, you'll land on a dashboard similar to this. And those screenshots I showed you are in reference to this title. So if you click the drop down, you'll see that you probably have access to multiple, but the ones that are going to be important to you, if you're part of the CALS and LAS colleges, you're going to want to click this one. If you're mostly working with extension and outreach, you're going to want to click on the extension content editor dashboard. They're very similar. I'll go ahead and click on that one. You can see that they're very similar and have very similar information. So for this demo, I'm going to stick to the CALS and LAS one, but just know that they're extremely similar. So now, once you're in here, I'm going to walk through, like if you have a faculty website, you're going to want to select this drop down and select the faculty website directory. What will happen is essentially you'll be shown a list of all the websites that you have access to. So in Siteimprove. And so you're going to want to click the website that you'd like to look at the content for. So as soon as you do that, and then if you have a faculty site, extension folks don't have to worry about this. But what you would do is you would type in your name and find your website in the list. And now you're going to be able to see, instead of seeing the results of data for all the faculty websites, you'll see for your own. So that when you scroll down, you're going to be able to see what I showed in the slide presentation earlier, this sort of a kind of like dials, I guess, at the top. You'll see broken links. If you click on, I'm not even going to click on it because what I like to do is just keep going on this dashboard because we pulled it in automatically for you. But you could go and see the broken links there. There's 5 of them. You can see that there's 4 that are confirmed broken, and there's 1 that needs to be reviewed. If a link needs to be reviewed, like you see this one down here, it means that Siteimprove couldn't determine if the link was broken or if maybe it just needed to be looked at again and it just took too long for some reason. Maybe the server timed out that day or whatever. So we want to focus mostly on the links that we know are confirmed broken. So what I'm going to do is walk through how to do that. What you see here is the link itself. If you click on it, it's going to take you directly to that broken link page. If you go under pages, you'll see that it's listed under one page, and you can see a drop down, and that's going to take you to the page that it's on. What I recommend is that you open a new tab and that you get yourself logged into the website that you're looking at before you click that link. So that when you click on this link to see the page, you're going to be able to see this page, and in a minute, you'll understand why you logged in. You'll be able to fix it. So I've noticed that sometimes the links, it shows you on the left here that this is the link that's broken, but it also shows you that it's not able to highlight the link. Like for some reason, like it can't find the broken link. Now the broken link is this Joshua McDaniel, and I know that, but if I didn't, how would you find it? The fastest way that I have learned to find the broken link is to highlight the link itself that's broken and copy it. So Command or Control C. And then up under Show HTML, you can select that. It looks scary, but it's not. Don't worry about it. Do Command F so that you can do a find in your browser and you can paste in that link and that you can find it. And so when you scroll down, let's see, you'll be able to see, like if you click this little arrow down here, you'll be able to see where that link is in the code. Now, it's pretty, all you need to be able to do is kind of read the text around it. You're like, okay, James joined us. James worked this summer. It's linking his name. And then you can just go back and see that that's the broken link. Now at the top, if you select this in the dark blue, you select this button that takes you to the actual page. You can see that you're already logged in where you can edit and you can fix the broken link. In this case, you could do a little investigation. So you could say, all right, I want to double check that Joshua doesn't show up under people and that I'm not missing him. Okay, so he's not there. And then I'm like, okay, let's just look some more. All right, there he is. He's under alumni and there's some information about him. So maybe I want to change that link to go to the alumni page. And what you can do is just highlight it, click the link icon, however you edit your website, put in the new link and say, okay. The other option would be to break the link and just not have a link. And that's okay too. Sometimes in old news stories or old events, links are no longer, especially if it was 10 years ago, they're probably not going to have the link anymore. So you can decide what you would like to do and then save. Now your link is fixed and you can go back to your dashboard. And then the next time the site is crawled, that broken link should disappear. And so if you are wanting to go ahead and recrawl right away, you can go to the QA overview. And I know we're 2 minutes over, and I can go down to the bottom. Let's see, sorry, QA overview, that's right. And it's okay, it says it's already crawling this group, so there's no need to recrawl it. But if it's not, you can hit recrawl, and then it'll recrawl the site to fix the broken link. So that's basically it I know I'm 2 minutes over. I tried really hard to keep it within 20 minutes. Does anybody have any questions about what we talked about in Siteimprove? I'm going to see if I can actually look at the chat. There we go. I don't see anything in chat. No questions? Everybody shy today? Okay. You can unmute too if you want.
Hey, Anne, can you show the part where you see the crawl? I'm not seeing that option when I'm walking through on my screen for cows.
Okay, so to see that, did you, you have to change screens. So you'll have to, once you're on the site, if you go to on the left sidebar, do you see quality assurance?
Yes.
If you click on that, and then do you click on QA overview?
Okay, now I see it.
Now you see it. Okay.
Yep, thank
Yep.
you.
Yep. It's strange that you unfortunately you have to like go to a different board to see that. So you could also just kind of note the links that you've checked and work through it, because I think it's every 5 days, Siteimprove recalls websites. Is there any other questions? That was a good one. Oh, which Siteimprove app you need? Yes. So if you go to, let's go back to login. No, it's going to yell at me. The code. Just a second. It's the one that's centered. So it's going to look like this. So if you go to login to istate.edu, it'll show you, it'll look like the centered one. There's another one that's not. So if we go to, I guess it's better if I go to digital access. Cindy has a great demo here. So you'll see that there's 2 different kinds of tiles, and you're going to want this one, the one that's centered. That would be our instance. Great questions. Any other questions? Okay. If not, we look forward to seeing you again. Our plan is to have these every couple of weeks. You will see when you're logged into Siteimprove and you're on your dashboard, we're working hard to promote when these will be. So we'll update this screen now to probably have the link to where this webinar recording will be, but then also show you promote the time and day for the next one. So this is a good place to watch for that. Also, if you would like to be added to the mailing list, I'm pretty sure if you're from Extension, I think you're all on Christie's. If you're in CALS or LAS or have a CALS or LAS website, I believe you're on ours because you probably got the email for today's webinar. If you didn't get the email for today's webinar, please let us know. So email websupport@istate.edu and we'll help you get on the mailing list. With that, have a great day.